this crayon too. That's Elmo's world. Today, we're going to learn all about wild animals, roar, fishes, bloop bloop, and weather. Brr, brr. Oh, hello there. This is Elmo's world, and Elmo's so happy to see you. Ooh, and so is Dorothy. Say hello, Dorothy. Guess what Elmo's thinking about today? A lion, a tiger, and bear. Oh dear! And monkeys. So did you guess yet? No? Okay, here we go again. Wild animals. You know, wild animals. Too. What's that, Dorothy? Huh? Okay. Dorothy says wild animals live outside and away from people. Wow, that Dorothy is so smart. Huh? Oh, okay. Dorothy has a question. What kind of animal is a wild animal? Ooh. Let's ask Mr. Noodle. Mr. Noodle! Hi, Mr. Noodle. No, over here, Mr. Noodle. No, not down there, Mr. Noodle. Boy, those binoculars don't work very well. Too far down. Keep going up. There, stop. Oh, Mr. Noodle. No wonder you can't see through the binoculars. You still have the cover on. Take the covers off. Yay! Hi, Mr. Noodle. Hi. Oh, now, can Mr. Noodle stop playing with the binoculars, please? Dorothy has a question. You ready? Good. What kind of animal is a wild animal? There he goes. Oh.
What animal is that? Is it a dog? I think he's a frog.
Meow.
He's watching his face like a kitty. Mr. Noodle's pretending to be a cat. Yeah, a cat. Wow, that's a big ball of yarn. Cats love to play with yarn. But a cat is not a wild animal, Mr. Noodle.
A cat's a pet. Cats live with people. What's a wild animal, Mr. Noodle?
He's mooing like a cow. Cows live on farms. They're not wild.
Farmers take care of them. They live around people, too.
Try again, Mr. Noodle.
Try again.
Is that a dog? I don't think so. Oh, a seal. Yay! Good job, Mr. Noodle. A seal is a wild animal.
They live in the sea.
Oh, it's Wolfgang. Wolfgang is a seal, too.
Good seal, Mr. Noodle. Boy, that Mr. Noodle is some silly seal. What's that? Okay, Dorothy. Dorothy wants to ask someone else. What kind of animal is a wild animal?
Dorothy, a lion is a wild animal. A lion sounds like this. Hey, Dorothy, an elephant is a wild animal. They have trunks and they roll like this. Dorothy, monkeys are wild. They make monkey sounds like this.
Thanks, everybody. Oh, and thanks, Dorothy. Now, Elmo will ask a baby. Oh, hello, baby. Hi. Hi, baby. What kind of animal is a wild animal? Oh, what's baby have? A giraffe? Is that a giraffe? Wow, a giraffe is a wild animal. Oh, thanks, baby. Mwah. Elmo can be a wild animal, too. Oh, bye, monkeys. We'll monkey around more later. And now, Elmo has a question for you. Oh, how many spots are on this leopard? Let's count them and see. Hi, leopard.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh, wow. And one more spot. 15. That's 15 spots. Oh, bye, leopard. Great counting, everybody. And now, Elmo
has mail. Elmo has mail. Elmo has mail.
And it's being a wild animal, too. A kangaroo.
Elmo has mail. Elmo has mail.
Okay,
Elmo
stop,
has
computer.
mail.
Stop. Oh, no. Now, the mouse is being a kangaroo. Okay, stop, mouse. Thank you. Oh, look. Elmo's friend, Prairie Dawn, sent Elmo email.
Hello, Elmo. You know, wolves are wild animals, too. And I know a very famous one. The big bad wolf from the fairy tale, The Three Little Pigs. Oh, what do you know? Here he is now.
Hi, Elmo.
You know, the big bad wolf is famous for huffing and puffing, right? And blowing houses down. Oh, look, is that huffing and puffing and...
Huffing and puffing. It's what I do.
Oh, dear. Oh. Bye, Elmo.
Hi, Elmo.
Wow, that wolf is wild. Oh, thanks for the email, computer. Now, Elmo wants to know where wild animals live, don't you? Is that a wild animal in the drawer? Let's check it out. Hello? Is there any wild animals in there? Come out, wherever you are. Where do gorillas live? In a bathtub? In the jungle? Or on a tricycle?
In the jungle.
Very good. Gorillas live in the jungle. Where do deer live? On the moon? In a boot? Or in the woods?
Deer live in the woods.
That's right. Deer don't live on the moon or in a boot. Deer live in the woods. Very good. Where do elephants live? In a teacup? A trash can? Or grasslands?
Elephants live in grasslands.
That's right. Elephants don't live in trash cans. Unless it's Oscar's elephant Fluffy.
Time for your mud bath, Fluffy.
Oh, thanks, Troy. Some wild animals live in a place called the zoo. Elmo's friend Rachel went to the zoo and told Elmo all about it. Oh, you want to watch, Troy? Okay.
I went to the zoo with my friend Vivian and her mom. We were so excited. First, we saw giraffes. They have really long necks and tongues. We saw zebras and lions. They were sleeping in the sun. I really loved the elephants. We watched them eating. They used their trunks to help them eat. Then we took a little train that went over a place where Asian animals live. We saw deer, a peacock, a red panda, a rhinoceros, and tigers. They were pretty. Then we saw African jungle animals. There were green trees and mist. We saw an okapi, lots of kinds of monkeys, and gorillas. We looked at them, and they looked at us. Gorillas love to climb and play, and they are friends, just like us, and families, just like us. I love wild animals. I really do.
Thanks, Rachel. Elmo loves wild animals, too. Now... Boy, this place is a zoo. Thank you. Now, Elmo wants to learn more about wild animals, don't you? How can we find out more? Yes, we can watch the Wild Animal Channel. The wild animals want to watch the Wild Animal Channel, too. Can everybody see? Oh, good. Okay, turn yourself on, TV.
The Wild Animal Channel, where the wild things are. And now it's time for Wild Wild Kingdom with Marla Perkins.
Hi, I'm Marla Perkins. I visit wild animals all over the world. And today we're going to visit some wild animals called marsupials who live in the wild, wild kingdom of Australia. Isn't that wild? Let's go down under and out back to say good day to them. First stop, we're going to say good day to a koala bear. Isn't he adorable? Good day, koala bear. Koalas spend their day eating eucalyptus leaves. And sleeping. Wild. And here's another marsupial, one that hops. A kangaroo. Good day, kangaroo. Kangaroos don't need nests because they have pouches for their babies. Good day, baby kangaroo. That's what I call a mobile home. And here's another marsupial, a wombat. They have pouches, too, and they waddle. Good day, wombat. Kangaroos hop and wombats waddle. And koalas snore. Sounds like a dance. The marsupial waddle, hop, and snore. Waddle, waddle, hop, hop. Waddle, waddle, hop, hop. That's a marsupial waddle hoppin' wild. I'm Marla Perkins saying good day from the wild, wild kingdom of Australia. Waddle, waddle, hop, hop. Waddle, waddle, hop, hop.
Coming up next on the Wild Animal Channel, The Lion in Winter, starring Lionel Barrymore, followed by The Lion King with Tiger Woods.
Good day, TV. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's do that song, okay? Here we go. Waddle, waddle, hop, hop. Waddle, waddle, hop, hop. Wait. But Elmo wants to learn more about wild animals.
We are wild animals.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Elmo can talk to wild animals. Wait, one at a time. Elmo can't hear.
I say, pipe down, everyone. You're behaving like a pack of wild animals.
We are wild animals.
So, what did you want to know about wild animals, Elmo?
What do wild animals eat? Where you going? Where did they all go?
To eat. Just thinking about food makes them hungry.
But what do they eat?
If I remember correctly, different wild animals eat different things.
Well, what do elephants eat?
Well, I am partial to leaves and branches.
Oh, like a koala bear.
But I'm not so picky as a koala bear. They only eat eucalyptus leaves, you see.
Well, do other wild animals eat leaves?
Well, of course, yes. The panda bear, for instance, eats bamboo leaves and stalks.
Huh. Oh, look! Dorothy's imagining Elmo as a panda bear. Yeah, Elmo panda. Ooh. Ooh.
Some wild animals eat insects, like the aardvark. They have long snouts for sniffing out bugs.
Elmo's an aardvark, and he's proud. Elmo's an aardvark, and he's happy. Oh no! There goes Elmo Aardvark's lunch. Thank you, Elephant.
Oh, you are most welcome, Elmo.
Elmo loves wild animals. Oh, so does Dorothy. That's why Dorothy wants us to sing the wild animal song. Here we go.